girl Pamela Dame Watara. Keep reading from ghbase.com. Mwah.
All right, so yes, mic check 1 2 1 2. We're passing through right here on the show with another interesting interview. Happens to be the most special interview for the week right here on GH Base. Today we're hanging out with no argument about that. He's the baddest freestyle king when it comes to energy on stage, no doubt about that. We're hanging out with the man Epixode.
Was.
Countries free forever, but still we the suffer. Include my where you there. You know, be you talk say my beloved countries free forever, but your people still the suffer. Yeah.
What's up, bro?
Yo, cool. We give thanks. We have life, so we can't complain much. Yeah, man.
The industry is heated everywhere, beef here and there. How's the feeling?
Like I'm the most wanted guy in Ghana now. It's normal. It's normal. Like, you can't take rivalry out of dance. So yeah, it's part of the game. Just that we only pray that it doesn't get physical. You get what I mean? Yeah, man.
It got physical last year at the VGMA nights. Definitely, we're going to talk about VGMA. But I thought I'll be having a chat with you in the police station.
Yeah. Okay, so that incident was really one that I actually had a chance to feel that kind of atmosphere, because then what happened is I don't really want to explain much, but what happened is tempers went high between me and the officer, because then we were driving from Tema, and then we got stopped, and then there was a bit, he was trying to mishandle my manager in a way, and I couldn't also sit to watch. So tempers went high. But funny enough, like it ended like within the next 5 minutes. So yeah, when it went viral, I was like, really, But yeah, all the same, it's just an example, and I feel like, sometimes we the youth need to be patient when we're dealing with officers, and they should also be patient when they're dealing with, because then you get to understand that people get convicted for wrong reasons. You get what I mean? So it was a good experience, though.
But I thought it was a video, honestly.
No, that was what people were thinking. Because then I had dropped Wahala Day by then. So people were actually feeling that, so this is like more of like a thing to hype the video. But if you watch it, you will get to know that there was nothing there which linked to the video. We've watched Wahala Day's video, you get what I mean? And it was real. It was really.
Well, you heard in my intro that no doubt about that on stage when it comes to freestyle, you are the king. We've seen that several times. Is there anybody who can beat that magic?
Oh, for now I don't know. We've set the mark. I know there are artists out there who can do like crazy freestyles, but I think this is one of my strongholds. And then I don't know. But if anybody try, make it make it come on board. No, all I'm trying to say is if anybody try, I foresee so say me too. I go perfect the act, because every day I try perfect them. You see, but you don't know. Some underground artists they somewhere way Charlie. I swear, you get me, yeah, man.
Well, last year, your deal about African countries, touring African countries. Which countries did you go last year?
So last year we did Uganda, we did Kenya twice, because the first one it was more of like a promo. No, 3 times. The second one was when I was the opening act for Itana's concert, Grammy award-winning artist Itana. Then I went back there to do some couple of projects, because I've already done collaborations there. So we shot some videos and all of that. We did Zimbabwe too. So basically it was East Africa last year. Yeah.
But most of these artists don't go there. Why that choice, and how is your music, growing over there?
I think from 2015 or 2016, when I played the Harare International Carnival, I got to understand that the Jamaica of Africa is Kenya or East Africa. Wow. Yes. You enter a regular club and they're playing reggae back to back, not dance solo. Reggae back to back. And sometimes I even sit down and ask, but this song I know here before. And people are singing line to line. And these markets actually invite artists. You have Jamaican artists playing there almost every month.
We don't know about this.
Exactly. You get what I mean? So as an artist who's whose idea is not to only feed the people in Ghana, to extend it, because reggae dancehall is worldwide. So I decided to, okay, with no sponsorship, with nothing, with just me and my team, Japutahan, we decided to, let's go there, do promo, and then God being so good, like we've got some good connects now that where we're going back there for some major concerts and all of that. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the last quarter of last year, your two bangers. I don't know if the last quarter or early this year. Last quarter, Wahala Day, and then the one featuring Sako Day. Tell me briefly about these two songs.
So last year, the plan was to switch up a bit, show them how versatile we've been over the years. I know people know me for the hardcore dance, or but and if anybody has followed my journey, you would know that every year at a particular time I try to do a record that is not the party kind of song. It's not the song that you just want to jam with. It's a song that will keep you thinking, would actually shape Africa. I've done for Mandela, I've done for Kofi Annan, Mama Ghana. Then, so last year we just decided to take it a little further. It was a bit tough with the subject, but then executing was amazing, because Dream J produced the beat. I actually had to call some people to get informations with what to say in the song. You get what I mean? So yeah, Wahala Day actually introduced me to a different audience. Like, I didn't know people actually love that kind of vibe, And then the one with Sako, it was recorded last year, but it was dropped this year, January this year. So yeah, it's been crazy. No, it's February. It was dropped February.
February. So just a month, and it's doing that good.
Amazing. Like it's. I think it's number 3 on some charts. It's crazy. Like, and I think the amazing thing about it is people. After we dropped Body featuring Mr. Easy, that was 2016, people have been waiting to hear me on vibes like that. I know, and 80% of my fans didn't know I could sound like that. So yeah, it was just to try the waters. Now we know what they want. We go give them more.
Well, if you could see the painting on his face, it's not because of any fun or anything, but side music, he is a good painter. Very, very good one. I know him way back when he started all these things. But tell me, are you a professional painter? Do you do that for
Yeah, I do that. I do that for business. What I do now from this year, beginning of this year, is not to paint on canvases, but actually to use sneakers as canvas. Yeah, so I branched into a level. Now I own a brand called Wear Me, where Wear Me is customization company. We rebrand sneakers and all of that. So any art, we just put it on the sneaker for you, because some of us love sneakers like every day, and sometimes you have a sneaker which is like 2 years old, and you go like, this one, I don't want to throw out my wheel, but yeah, and it's nice to put your favorite arts on there. So yeah, Wear Me, it's in Dansoman. The hub is in Dansoman. Yes, it's in Dansoman. The clothing line too, we're working on. I don't want to do the episode kind of clothing line, because I feel like it's bigger than that, So me and fashion, and sometimes you see me in all these mags, like everything, I do them myself. So aside the music or the painting, we do different stuff too. And any art you've seen out there, could it be my album cover, my song cover, anything, I do myself.
But which one pays, music or painting? Which one pays for you?
I think with me, it works both sides. Because starting this career, it has always been music and art for me. But when I go, most of my works, I ship it outside, like with the canvas works and all of that. So there, say the dollar be strong. So
that's another business.
Yeah. And me and some artists in the industry too who paint. Okay. We're trying to put up exhibition. Yes, I know Walasi is one. Walasi is an amazing painter. So me and him, we're trying to put up an exhibition, not music. Concert, like exhibition where people can actually appreciate the acts that we put across, Yeah.
Let me put you on the spot. You have to choose one, music and then painting. If you have to choose one, which
it go hard.
Which one is your first love?
I think the original first love has always been music, because like growing up from a musical background, before I discovered myself, you'd wake up and then mommy is playing reggae and everything. So that one has always been there. But growing up, no, me personally, like arts, because I don't think there's arts. There's another art side in my family. I think I started that trend. So, and you know, it's music and art. So you can't really take one out.
To try that, you have to just choose one. You know, which one are you going to choose every day when you're put on the spot?
I think I'll go with. No, I can't. No. You know, sometimes when you're thinking about the advantage, then this one is also giving you a higher advantage. It will be hard.
It will be hard.
Very hard to choose. Yeah, very.
We're still talking about art and painting. In your earlier submission about the saga that has been going on, I heard you saying that you designed the SM logo, the Shatta Movement logo. You know, have you been recognized enough? Have they paid the dues enough from that camp, from a big camp? You being the designer of one of the biggest family in the country, have you been recognized enough from the camp?
No, and I don't think I really need it. And it wasn't a plan to get recognized for designing that. I did it out of love, and you know, 80% of the people I've designed for, I just do it out of love, not to get paid. You know, I can name a few which I've been part of a successful outcome. You know, Papi Kojo and Joey B, Wave. You see the graffiti in there?
I saw that.
Yes,
Nice.
Yakubu.
You did. Wow.
You know,
So you did Yakubu, Papi
Stone Boy Pull Up remix featuring Patorankin, the Beam, you know, and so many more. You know, but I don't really. I do it out of love because that's what I love, and then I feel like, you know, this industry, we need ourselves. So if a brother like Stone Boy should call me, yo brother, come do this for me, I'll just go and do it out of love. And I must say, one of the people who actually recognize this talent and then put it out there, and I'll always say this, which is even bigger than all that I'm saying, is Heba. Heba. That was one of the biggest videos Ghana has ever seen, and I did a graffiti in that video. When nobody knew who Epixode was, when I wasn't really out there as a musician, you know, he saw the talent and was like, yo, come do this for me. You know, working with Famous at that time, for you get what I talk. So me, I've always loved to do art. The fact that I see that, oh, this is my work, I'm okay with it. You know, so whether I get recognized for it or not, I think it's a blessing to the next generation.
Heated argument that's going on. That's why you came out saying that you designed the SM logo.
I've said it countless times, but you see, the reason when I actually I added to it is, you know, some of these fans take things from a different direction. You know, so I wanted them to understand that me and Shatta Movement were like that. Even if I'm not signed to Shatta Movement or anything, me and Shatta Movement are the same way I can say me and High Grade are like this, or Beam Nation. You know, because it's dancehall. And the fact that out of love I designed that, which everybody have carried all the years. You see it anywhere. They've made merchandise, made countless billions out of it. And I never, you understand. You understand. So I just want people to understand that sometimes, you know, it's good that these things come up. Then it makes you, the individual, try to structure and then position yourself where people will know that, okay, so this particular person is building a brand, not necessarily trying to ride on somebody's hype. You know, because if I didn't love Shatta Wale as a father or as a senior brother, I wouldn't have done that. You know, and there's evidence. Recently I was looking through one of my CDs and I saw the original files. I was like, oh, okay, you know. So I want people to just understand that this is a game. And moreover, no, it's not personal. Even if it gets personal, you know, some of us are trying to build our stand and build that kind of image where it wouldn't look like, oh, this guy said they try right on this person. Okay. You know, I'd rather stand for the truth than for or you get it's sometimes I just don't want to speak about it because I get emotional when I'm going too hard on that one. You get what I mean? Yeah, man.
All right, so yes, this is GH Base. We're still hanging out with the man Epixode. Well, let's talk about the VGM saga. He has been here and there. Exactly. Nominee. He is a nominee, of course. Very, very happy about that. Let's talk about last year when the Bruha happened on stage. Were you in the auditorium?
Yeah, I had dropped from Kenya a night before, so I went there. I purposely came down for the VGMAs. I was there. So when the thing happened, my team had to take me out quick because I was in the same category. You know, so another fan of these two can attack. So I just had to move out of the place. But I think I was the only person who got interviewed at that spot, you know. And what I said was, you see, it's sad that this is happening to dancehall, because some of us have been there when dancehall was not mainstream, where we have to perform to just like 20 people. You know, at that point where you, the artist, is the crowd. After performing, you have to come back and join the crowd to cheer the next artist. You know, so when dancehall got mainstream, where we, the artists, are able to headline and then play for the stadiums and all of that. So for a thing like this to happen to dancehall now, which already has a bad image, is not cool. You know, and that's what I said that very night. You know, for it to happen like that, I think it was meant to happen so that it will shape some of us. You get what I mean? Yeah, man.
Well, still talking about the VGMA saga. Earlier on, you've made statements, and then that's okay as a blessing in disguise for artists like yourself and J. Derobi and all that, which has sparked so many controversies. You know, at this moment, do you feel you shouldn't have made that statement? Do you regret making that statement?
No, I don't regret, and I don't think I have to regret, because at the end of the day, if what I said, even if it fell on bad grounds, the only thing I can do is, oh, Bosu, sorry, but I still stand by what I said, you know, because then even if we ask Google, what is blessing in disguise? Arikam, Google, why are you my friend? Google is our friend. So here, wait, I think I have it somewhere here. Oh, where are you? Okay, blessing in disguise. An apparent misfortune that eventually has good results. And then an example was cited as being opted from the World Cup squad was a blessing in disguise. Okay. Now, let's take it from this perspective. Can we say that Mahama becoming president after Mills passed is a blessing in disguise?
That's a deep question.
Yes, it is to him. Because if Mills was still around, he wouldn't have been. He wouldn't have gotten the opportunity to be. It's not that it wasn't time for him, but you see, it happened that it's a misfortune. But actually, he made somebody who he is today. All I was trying to say is, you see, I don't know why people are taking it from a different perspective and a different direction and are reading meanings into what I said. All I wanted people to understand is I wasn't even speaking about myself alone. You know, if you watch the original tape, the original interview, which some were taken out before they put out there, wow. Yes, you would understand that what I said is it has opened avenues and then chance so that other artists who are not seen would be seen and heard. Now, I always say this example. Take it that you're a Beam Nation fan, a core Beam Nation fan who loves reggae dancehall, right? You're a Beam native. And then this year you want to vote. You were scrolling and Stoneboy is not here. Oh, but I like J. Dorobi's song. Okay, let me vote for him. There's a possibility that you're going to vote for somebody else because Stoneboy is not there. Let's take it from this angle too. Now, some artists, I said this example in the video I made, that some artists, let's say in Tunkpelibe or where, right, gets nominated in even on sang category. VGMA is streaming worldwide. This is like our Grammys, streaming worldwide. Automatically, somebody in Kwekwe or Mombasa or somewhere who is watching would go like, oh, okay, let me follow this guy. That way, even if he buys the guy's music, you've gained another fan somewhere, which is an opportunity. You get what I'm saying? So if I say that it's a blessing in disguise, I don't think it's disrespectful or anything. People are taking it from the point of view that, oh, okay, I'm happy they are not in there. No. What if VGMA took reggae dance or totally out of the scheme? Because they go like, okay, you guys have caused problem too much. So this year, we're not going to put reggae dance on inside. Do you know how many artists, young artists, career that you've let down? Do you know how many people or how many young artists in the ghetto somewhere who are aspiring to be good dancehall artists and looking up to us? So if this thing is totally taken out of the scheme, wow, you get what I'm saying? So I think the best maybe people are still not trying to understand what I said, or they think it's too harsh because these two artists hold the biggest fan base in Ghana. But before Stonebwoy, there was Samini, Godfather. He paved the way. Before Samini, there was Yogi Dogi. You know, before Yogi Dogi, I think there's another person, Sonny Bali, and all those people. You know, so it's quite okay if every year we open different avenues so that we see new artists. The question is, how many artists do we even export from Ghana every year, or do we outdoor from Ghana every year? From Nigeria, I'm just using Nigeria because they are like every time Ghana Nigeria thing. Last year we had Joe Boy, we had Fireboy, we had Lighter, we had Remy, we had countless Zlatan. What's the other boy's name? Naira Marley. I've just named 7. Oh, 6. How many can you name from Ghana?
Anyway, I get your point. I do get your point. And still talking about it, I think Shatta Wale made a statement about, him trying to help you. But he said that you're mentally not correct. Moreover, he said that he wanted to work out an American deal with you. Spoke to you, guided you through and all that. So he has more of a good mind for you. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I don't have a bad mind for him neither. You get me? But if if he's mentally disabled or my mindset no good, yeah, they be cool. Yeah, I like him. You know why? Because then every super creative person is mad. He's not the ordinary. Yeah. I think the first person who was designing aeroplane, people would think that this guy is mad. Or the Michelangelos and all of that, we would see them as mad people. But so if it's in that criteria, then it's all right. But then to talk about the contract, when I actually watched the video, I felt a bit sad, and the reason is, me and Wally are like father son. We have that kind of vibe. So even if something was discussed personally, I don't think that was the right channel to tell people. You get what I mean? Because then it had nothing to do with the question you were asked. You get me? But all the same, it's all right. It's all right. That one be secondary matter. The fact that he said I'm mentally.
And again, you said he should have just called you personally if whatever you said wasn't right. But then your approach, you should have done same. Just let him know that you're matured. What do you think about that?
Okay, so let's take it this way. Me, I didn't see any fault with what I said. It was different if I had him speak first. Then that way I go feel, oh, daddy. And I go show you records, right? Of me even texting him when they reply. You get? Before this incident. So sometimes, I take it from the point, oh, daddy make busy. See?
Okay.
Baby, see?
I can see that. There's no reply.
From the last time we spoke was January 30th. And that one said, no, it was because me I said, yeah, January 30th. You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. Sending voice notes, calling him. No response.
January 30th.
Yes.
But then he said he spoke to you last 3 weeks.
I've showed you evidence here. But yeah, I understand. Daddy there, he's always busy. You get what I talk. But all I'm trying to say is all the explanation had nothing to do with the question he was asked. You get me? And the reason why I felt like not calling, because then what I spoke, I didn't find any fault at it until I heard the reply from him. You get what I'm saying? And say when he bore, it be something. So it's best to say I could just leave him like that till the time when I say, okay, my daddy, calm down. Approaching him and apologizing is a simple thing. But that no, they change the fact, say what I talk is wrong. You get me? Just to save our personal relationship. If there's any way I would apologize, maybe he feels a different way, that's okay. Because I even to what he said in his submission in his video, I heard him saying that that WhatsApp you no go fit go by watch it. Which to me, if a young artist is sitting somewhere, is a bit discouraging to the young artist, because having this thing, some of this plaque alone shows how much hard work has gone into the thing. This one is
Dancehall Song of the Year, Greater Accra Music Awards of the Year. Wow, nice. This is nice.
Yeah, because these things we added to our CVs. That is why when any Grammy nominee, if you're watching all those things, they say, oh, okay, this is Epixode, a Grammy nominee. Okay. Same with VGMA nominee. This year I was nominated with them, Shatta Wale and Stoneboy in Iramas, as African Dance or Entertainer of the Year. And in that category is Stoneboy, Shatta Wale, Burna Boy, Pato Rankin, and myself. Which is huge. That one alone makes me okay that, okay, so the work we do, we just stand in front of our mirror and they perform. People, they see them. You get what I talk? So, these things, it not be anything. But, so many years to come. You get what I'm saying? Right now, they say Michael Jackson gloves.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So it's not always about the fact that money doesn't come with it. It's all right if money doesn't come with it, but this alone shows that at least the work I put in, they appreciate. Even if you would save, the fact that you're able to hold it, boy.
Then again, people are saying that you're so desperate to win this year's, reggae dancehall artist of the year. You're happy, you're elated, all the bruja and all that. It seems you're happy.
No, I'm not. And I said it in one of the interviews that if I don't win, it's nothing. Like, the fact that I'm in there alone is a win for me. You get me? From 2013 till now, we've always been consistent in the same category till now. I think the reason why people would say that is because I am the only person who is defending this thing to the core. You get me? And you see, it's good for dancehall. That's what they don't know. Because we can all face fact that for like a year now, dancehall actually go low. Yes. You get me? So for people to start talking about dancehall in the biggest award scheme in Ghana now, because now anything about VGMA is about what is going on. So for people to speak about it, it's good for dancehall.
And in your video, you made mention that, you did big up VGMA for holding it down for 21 years. But is it the first time, I don't know if it's the first time you're bigging up VGMA, because last year there were lapses, security issues and all that. You didn't address it. But then you're part this year with the big dogs not in there. So certain statements you are making looks like you're happy, you're supporting the scheme, you're behind VGMA for all this. Like, this is the first time we're hearing you bigging up VGMA.
No, the reason why I said that is what relating to the fact that he said he owned it, they know they use them for anything. But all I'm trying to say is, Charlie, to even have a brand to protect for a year, it takes a whole lot. And these guys have done it 21 years. You see, people shouldn't take it from the point of view that I'm begging VGMA or because I want to win. No. All I'm saying is, this is credible enough. VGMA is credible enough. If not for anything, that'd be weird to what we have. Because trust me, bro, every artist who has ever held any plug from VGMA, I know one way or the other has used it in a good way to build their brand. If we travel outside the world, what is our biggest award scheme in Ghana? Even if it is not real, even if there is so much negative energy around it, what is our biggest? It's VGMAs. So it's not as if that no. And this is not my first time. That's what people should understand. Like, this is not my first time being nominated by VGMA. I was part of the first unsung category of VGMA. You get me? Yeah, man.
Well, let's talk about reggae and dancehall songs. You just said that it went a bit down last year. Most of these big dogs in the game actually are swaying into Afro pop and doing so. We're not feeling more of the reggae and dancehall. What's your take on that? What's happening? Do we have a future in this?
I always say this though. There's nothing like Afro dancehall, Afro reggae. It sounds a bit cliche. If they say dancehall, Afro dancehall is the sound that comes from dancehall, the African dancehall, or that kind of dancehall that comes from Africa. Then if you're doing dancehall in China, how would you call it? Reggae is reggae, dancehall is dancehall, and then we are learning the culture. From the onset, whatever we're doing is not even 100% authentic dancehall or reggae. Because our kind of production or our kind of instrumentation are sometimes different. The very moment an African element enters a reggae dancehall beat, it dilutes it from the original. You get what I'm saying? So, I always say that it's best if we know that we're not doing reggae or we're not doing dancehall. Let's find a name for what we're doing. That way, we'll be recognized. Thank you.
So there's nothing like Afro dance.
No, no. There's nothing like Afro dancehall. And no disrespect to any artist who is doing Afro dancehall. I think it is my opinion. You know, we're pushing Africa, the agenda Africa worldwide. So 80% of our songs right now, which is we call dancehall, say be Afrobeat. You know, and now they say they get Afro fusion. Somebody say get Afro jazz and all of that. It's all right, but you see, have we actually carved it in a way where when it's presented on international level, people will actually appreciate it at standard? That is what we have to look at. You know, from us sampling the original old high life songs and all of that. Now you can even check that most of our songs that we're doing now even have high life bases. You know, so it's best even if we all say okay, whether it's dance or is what, it is high life. That way the name Ghana will go far. You get me? We're here and we always talk, and Nigerians they still us, and Nigerians they do this, but they've been able to actually brand this particular thing called Afrobeat, which Fela started. And people are even saying that Ebo Taylor started before Fela, and whoa, and it's from Ghana, and now their sounds are taken from Ghana and all of that. But now anywhere around the world, when the very moment you type Afrobeat, is Nigerians who pop up. You know, so until we understand that, okay, till we carve our own thing and then present it to the world, we'll also be following their footsteps and everything. It's just like that. Most of the time, we are the originators. They take it, brand it in a different way, give it back to us, and then we grab it. You get me? So now, let's see how best we can all come together and actually have a name for what we're doing. You know, because there's Lovers Rock. You know, there used to be, before reggae even started in the 1960s, there used to be ska, there used to be rocksteady, you know, and all of those ones before reggae. And even with reggae stuff, you still have the one job, the roots rock, you know. So it's a whole broad topic, you know, it's a whole broad topic.
Anyway, well, we're still talking about the heated issues happening, and then I think we posted on our pages GH Base that we're going to interview Epixode. Then one fan was asking that, okay, so Epixode says he has a house, he's building a house with 2 cars, but specifically he wants to know what cars he drive, the 2 cars.
Okay, so I have a Veloster, which I know people have seen me in there plenty, and then the Hyundai Accent.
So that's it, you heard it. So a fan out there, that's for your information. Anyway, let's talk about family. Exactly. I hear you have a supportive girlfriend. And then when is it happening? When I say when it's happening, I mean when are we gonna see the wedding invitation?
Don't worry, go here.
Go here. But how many kids now?
I have a daughter. I have a lovely daughter, Coco. Yeah, she's 3 now. Yeah, and musically inclined. Like, yeah.
With the same girlfriend we are talking about? Anyway, let's talk about this year. What's happening? Album, songs coming up from your camp.
I know people were expecting me to drop album this year because I drop album 2 years, like every 2 years. 2016, I dropped my first album, that's Spa Junkies. 2018, we did the 3 Unity album. And I know people were expecting an album this year. But I'm still thinking about it. Even though I have songs to release, if I want to release 2 albums this year, I have songs enough to drop 2 albums. We're still testing the waters. I'm still trying to discover that new episode. You know, from Wahala Day to Menewa. You know, it's quite different from the songs you used to hear from Epixode. So we're not doing album. We might do EP this year, but for now it's just singles. We've given them Minewa now featuring Sakura. I think they should just enjoy it more first. Expect the visual. Then after that we see. But definitely, like, even if we have to drop EP or album, trust me, it's gonna be a big one because the collaborations, crazy.
I did ask you, I think the last time you dropped a collaboration with the reggae or dancehall artist was, I don't know if it's Rude Boy Ranker's Avatar. That was a banger. I felt you should have continued, but till now we've not seen any, you know, collaboration between you and any of the reggae dancehall artists. Any reason?
I think after Avatar, me and Samini had a joint. Me and Stoneboy too have like 2 joints, all on my album. The first album had No War, which was one of the biggest reggae songs during the election year. Then this last year we dropped Jehovah. You know, it's it's not really like a plan for me not to feature other artists. But you see, some of us move with directions. We move with specific content and who fits. And I have a song with Raskuko. I have a song with I1 contacted me recently that he wants to put me on his new album. So with the collaborations is there. Me and even Ed himself gets dancehall song. But like as to me dropping singles with dancehall artists on it, the songs are there. We're just trying to be strategic about how we're dropping it. So I know people they expect.
Exactly. And people say you don't put much into your promotion. Even Wahala Day, one of the biggest bangers, almost like, is it 14 or 1.4K? Like, it doesn't have a huge viewership on YouTube.
I think, you see, the thing is, if you actually studied from like 2016 to 2019, I was actually laid back a bit. If I should open up now here, it was because I signed a bad contract. So the strategy was not to push too hard, but try to stay consistent. I'm only being real because I feel like these are some of the questions that the people keep asking. Because then if I had super pushed like we did with Avatar, then they're gonna bite back. So it was to stay consistent, but not push it to a level where these people come back. And then the contract ended in 2019. So I always have to say that big up to myself for not fading in the industry but staying there till now. Then when the contract ended, we dropped Resolution, which was more of like a freestyle viral thing. Then Wahala Day came. So I'm seeing myself like a new artist now who has only 2 songs. You're
starting the career again.
Exactly, because that's the only way we can always match up and then perfect what we're doing. So just take it like I'm a new artist with just 2 songs. Yeah.
Anyway, so what really inspires you?
I can't really name one thing that inspires me. I think I'm inspired by everything around me. Waking up in every morning is an inspiration. Because some of us come from a place where it's not possible to make it. So I always try to channel that energy, that positive energy towards what I do. So to name one particular inspiration, I think the inspiration will be myself. Going through my struggles and then even picturing all those years when knowing that coming from a musical background, your mom she never wanted you to do music. That one alone would always put you on the edge to do more and then prove to them that, okay, so you're really good at what you're doing. So the inspiration comes from
On that VGM night, if you don't win, who do you tip to win?
Which category?
The reggae and dancehall, most controversial category everyone is talking about.
Reggae dancehall song. For the song, I'll go for J Derby.
Yeah. If you don't win, J Derby.
Yes, definitely.
What about the artists?
Oh, the artist there. If I don't win, anybody else can win. But I also want like people to actually recognize the fact that Wahala Day is in the songwriters, because like I'm really happy about that, because over the years you ask yourself, so if these people, if you say they don't hear what you talk or they don't understand the kind of lyrics you put across, but for Wahala Day to be in songwriter of the year and then even best video of the year, then it means that we actually work. So big up anybody who helped in the production.
And you have to know that this man out there is from a rich family. No doubt about that. Oh, see, I know way back, no family here, or siblings, parents, nobody there here. So
be the Ghana boy. No, for hide that. We like him like that. We like the way that they see him. Yeah, I'm not the kind of artist who puts my little achievements on social media and all of that. No. But the only thing I can say is if my mom has been able to use music to tour the world and still be getting royalties, then you should know where I'm coming from. So if you know about.
Lastly, what do you want to say to the fans out there, the episode fans? So how do we call the episode fans?
Very good bad boys.
Very good bad boys. Okay, so what do you want to tell them?
Yeah, so big up the Zold Army and very good bad boys. All I want to say is it's okay if you support me, but I think let's look at the bigger picture by supporting good music. That way we'll be able to export good products from Ghana. You get what I mean? Keep following the brand Epixode, and then I want to say thank you to anybody who has supported. I think the last time we did interview was 20-something.
Yeah, Charlie, way back. It's been years.
Like 5-6 years. Yeah, big up yourself. It's my brother. I know. You see, so plenty things that we go fit talk about, but we keep on the low. So yeah, Charlie, big up anybody supporting episode music. The new one is out. We're featuring Sarkor here. Enjoy the guests, enjoy and then follow me on social media as episode music. But
Episode is X.
yeah, X. So it's EPIXODEMUSIC.
All right, so yes, this is GH Bass. We hung out with the man Epixode, reggae dancer, very good bad boy, the president himself. All right, so my name is DNA. Stay on, bless.